Imagine a family that has amassed more wealth than any other in history. A family that has influenced the course of world events for centuries. A family that has been accused of everything from creating wars, to controlling governments, to possessing supernatural powers. Who are they? They are the Rothschilds, the most enigmatic and powerful dynasty in the world of finance. The Rothschilds are a Jewish family that originated in Frankfurt, Germany, in the 18th century. Their patriarch, Amschel Rothschild, was a moneylender and a dealer in rare coins and antiques. He had 5 sons, who he sent to different European cities to establish branches of his business. The sons quickly became the leading bankers of their respective countries, lending money to kings, emperors, and governments. They also developed a network of agents, couriers, and spies that gave them access to vital information and secrets. The Rothschilds' wealth and influence grew exponentially over the years as they financed wars, revolutions, and industrialization. Their name became synonymous with prestige, power, and mystery. But not everyone admired or trusted the Rothschilds. Many people saw them as a sinister force bent on world domination. They became the target of numerous conspiracy theories that claimed they were behind every major event and crisis in history. Some even believed they had supernatural abilities, such as predicting the future or manipulating the weather. How much of these allegations are true and how much are false? Are the Rothschilds really the masters of the world, or are they just a misunderstood and maligned minority? Let's find out. According to this conspiracy theory, the Rothschilds had a hidden agenda to manipulate global events, create conflicts, and profit from the chaos. They are also said to be behind the creation of central banks, the Federal Reserve, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, among other institutions. But how much truth is there to this claim? To answer this question, we need to go back to the origins of the Rothschild family business. Amschel Rothschild, the founder of the dynasty, was a humble moneylender in Frankfurt who had a keen eye for business opportunities. He realized that there was a high demand for loans among the European nobility and governments, who were constantly at war with each other. He also saw that there was a lack of reliable and efficient banking services across the continent. He decided to fill this gap by establishing a network of family branches in London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt that could provide credit, exchange, and transfer services to their clients. The Rothschilds' main advantage was their speed and accuracy of information. They used a system of couriers, pigeons, and coded messages to communicate with each other and their agents. They also had access to confidential and privileged information, thanks to their connections with political and military leaders. This enabled them to anticipate market movements and make strategic investments and loans. The Rothschilds simply provided loans to whoever could pay them back with interest. They also hedged their bets by lending to both parties in a war or by diversifying their portfolio. Their goal was to profit from the wars. One of the most famous examples of the Rothschilds' involvement in war financing is the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. This was the decisive battle that ended the Napoleonic Wars and shaped the future of Europe. The Rothschilds had a stake in both sides of the conflict, lending money to the British and the French. They also had a network of spies and informers that gave them an edge over their competitors. The most notable of these was Nathan Rothschild, the head of the London branch, who received the news of the British victory before anyone else in England. He used this information to his advantage by buying up British government bonds or consols at a low price and selling them at a high price when the news became public. The Rothschilds' involvement in war financing continued throughout the 19th and 20th centuries as they supported various causes and countries, such as the Greek War of Independence, the Crimean War, the American Civil War, the Franco-Prussian War, and the First and Second World Wars. They also played a role in the creation of the State of Israel by supporting the Zionist movement and the Balfour Declaration. However, their influence and dominance in the world of finance declined over time as they faced competition from other banking houses, such as the House of Morgan, the House of Rockefeller, and the House of Warburg. They also faced political and social changes, such as the rise of nationalism, socialism, and anti-Semitism. that threaten their status and security. According to this conspiracy theory, the Rothschilds have infiltrated and corrupted the political and financial systems of every country, and have the power to manipulate and exploit them for their own benefit. They are also said to be behind the creation and implementation of various policies and agendas, such as the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, and the Bilderberg Group, among others. But how much truth is there to this claim? To answer this question, we need to look at the evolution and diversification of the Rothschild family business. As we have seen, the Rothschilds started as bankers, who specialized in lending money to governments and nobles. However, over time, they expanded their interests and activities into various other sectors and industries, such as mining, railways, oil, wine, and real estate. They realized that they could not rely solely on banking, as they faced increasing competition and regulation from other financial powers, such as the House of Morgan, the House of Rockefeller, and the House of Warburg. They also realized that they had to adapt to the new demands and opportunities of the industrial and technological revolutions that transformed the world in the 19th and 20th centuries. They decided to invest in new and emerging markets and to explore new and innovative ventures. The Rothschilds' diversification also gave them access and influence in various spheres of society and politics. They developed connections and partnerships with influential and prominent figures, such as businessmen, politicians, royals, and celebrities. They also participated in various organizations and forums, such as the League of Nations, the United Nations, the European Union, and the World Economic Forum, among others. They also supported and endorsed various movements and ideologies, such as liberalism, democracy, and Zionism. The final myth that we will examine is that the Rothschilds possess supernatural abilities that allow them to predict the future, influence world events, and manipulate the weather. According to this conspiracy theory, the Rothschilds have access to secret and ancient knowledge, such as the Kabbalah, astrology, numerology, and occultism. They are also said to be in contact with extraterrestrial or demonic entities, such as the reptilians, the archons, or the Antichrist. They are also said to use advanced technology, such as satellites, HAARP, and chemtrails, to control and modify the natural environment. But how much truth is there to this claim? One of the most famous examples of the Rothschilds' alleged supernatural abilities is the Robert Maxwell scandal in 1991. Robert Maxwell was a British media tycoon who had close ties with the Rothschilds. He was also a former Mossad agent who was involved in various espionage and blackmail operations. He was found dead in mysterious circumstances after falling off his yacht, the Lady Ghislaine, named after his daughter. His death triggered a massive financial scandal, as it was revealed that he had looted hundreds of millions of pounds from his own companies and pension funds. Some conspiracy theorists claim that Maxwell was killed by the Rothschilds because he knew too much or because he betrayed them. They also claim that Maxwell's death was predicted by the Rothschilds, using numerology and astrology. They point out that Maxwell died on the 5th of November, which is the anniversary of the Gunpowder Plot, a failed attempt to blow up the British Parliament in 1605. They also point out that Maxwell's yacht was named after his daughter, Ghislaine, who shares the same name as Nathan Rothschild's wife, who died in 1836. The Rothschilds are also still present and active in the modern world, although not as prominent or dominant as they used to be. They still have various business interests and investments in sectors such as banking, asset management, mining, energy, wine, and real estate. They also still have connections and influence in various spheres of society and politics, such as business, media, academia, and philanthropy. They also still support and endorse various causes and movements, such as human rights, environmentalism, and Zionism. However, the Rothschilds are also still surrounded by controversy and mystery, as they have been for centuries. They are still the subject of numerous conspiracy theories, myths, and rumors that accuse them of being behind every major event and crisis in history. The Rothschilds are a complex and paradoxical family that defy simple and easy categorization. They are a family that has shaped and been shaped by the world in various ways. They are a family that has left a mark and a legacy. We end this video with a thought-provoking question. What do you think of the Rothschilds? And what do you think their legacy and future will be? Do you admire or despise them? Or do you have a mixed or neutral view of them? Do you think they are still relevant and influential? Or do you think they are fading and irrelevant? Do you think they are a force for good or evil? Or do you think they are neither or both? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest uploads.